Hello friends, welcome to the Academia Style Book Tutorial Part 2A. Where we left off the last time is we connected all the pages. So we have this one large accordion fold out, and this back piece is going to be what will be attached to our book. So the way that I labeled my pages so that you have an orientation, this front will be page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5, page 6, and page 7. Okay, page 7. So we're going to do 1 through 7 today, and I had given you the measurements for page 1, one at 5 by 7, which is going to be an angled pocket, and a second piece of paper at 3 by 8, scored at a 1/2 inch on 3 sides. Okay. Now this is going to be optional. This will be totally up to you. You're going to fold on the score lines, and you're going to burnish. Now you can use adhesive, wet glue, whatever you want. On some of these pages, I'm just going to use adhesive, and on the other parts, I'm going to use the wet glue. But I started making these this way, and so halfway through the tutorial, you'll probably see me use wet glue, which is fine. Again, preference. This one, I had put the tape on the wrong side. You know, mistakes happen. What can you say? So I'm going to fold these on the score line, and I'm going to show you the options that you have to create this. You can just have a pocket, leave it here, and be done with it. That's option number 1. Or if you want an angled pocket, you can have it coming on this side here with this over here. Okay, so I think I'm going to do the angled pocket for this one. And to create an angled pocket, what I did, so that I know where to cut, I got my ruler, and I went and at the fold, okay, and I made a little mark. You can't see it here anymore. I kind of erased it already, but I'm going to make a little mark at the 2-inch score line. I'm going to go this way here, and then on the side here, I'm going to bring the ruler down and go down to, I think I did 4 3/4 is what I did. So 4 3/4 here. So you're going to make a little mark at 2, and then another mark. I think I did this one at 5. I'm sorry. Scratch that. We're going to go down to 5. I had already done these things. My goodness. I'm going to go 5. Okay. And now you're going to connect these 2 lines here. Just going to grab your ruler, and you're going to cut at you're going to connect the lines so you have a diagonal line, and you can cut it with your scissors, but I can't cut a straight line to save my life, so I'm going to use my board, my trimmer. So I'm just going to put the edges there, go to end, and trim, and there we go. Now you can save this triangle for later, put it in your scraps, but now you have an angled pocket. Okay, so what you're going to do now is you're going to take your adhesive off this one here, and when you trim your paper to mat this, you're going to do the same thing. You know, you're going to go at 2 and at 5, and we're going to put it up against the end of here, under the paper. And I'm actually going to put a little bit of wet glue, just because, again, the ability to wiggle my paper without it getting stuck and tearing it off and making a big mess. I'm going to actually open this up a little bit so that I can measure this up against here. And you don't want to go past the score line. You want to stay within the score line. Okay, and so now this page is done here. I'm not going to I'm going to put this one on top, but I'm not gonna stick all of it down because I wanna mat this first. And so this is going to go here, okay? So I'm just going to remove the tape backing from the side here and adhere it to my page. And this was a piece that measured 3 by 8 and scored at a 1/2 inch on 3 sides. Put it there. And this is all I'm going to adhere so that I have a pocket here, okay? Hope that makes sense. So there's my page 1, okay? Page 1. Let me grab my little trash can, my little bag of trash here. I always have one of those brown craft shopping bags as my trash. So this is page 1, okay? We're gonna go to page 2, which will be here. Page 2. And we are going to use the piece that's labeled 1 by 5/8 and scored at a 1/2 inch on 3 sides. And you're gonna go ahead and fold on your score lines. I want to make sure that everybody understands this is craft paper. It's not chipboard. This is craft paper. Craft paper can be found in the paper section of your paper store, of your craft store. And chipboard can also be found there, but chipboard is literally a board. It's thicker. So in case there was not sure of what the difference was, that's what it is. Chipboard is literally a thin board, thin cardboard, if that makes sense. So we're going to put this piece here. Again, I typically would mat all of this before I put this down, but for video's sake and for the tutorial, so that you can have an idea of how this goes together. Now this may look a little different from the one I originally made, but I figured let me just see how much I can remember or do or finagle or finesse just to create the book. So you're gonna put adhesive here. And again, this is gonna go butted up against here, but not past it. And so now, sorry, as the ambulance passes by. Actually, see the mess up here? I didn't go low enough, so I need to come down just a tad. Had this just been the adhesive, this would have been, if this would have just been the tape, it would have been messed up, completely messed up. So I'm going to come down a little bit more. It's better. And then you want to burnish. Okay. And so now that's page 2. Okay. Nothing will go here on page lies and deceit. This is page 3. Okay. So this was page 2. This is page 3. We're going to take your piece that was 5.5 by 5.5 score on 1/2 inch on all 3 sides. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut this at a diagonal. And we're going to use this for two pieces. We're going to, oh, I'm so sorry. I got to get rid of this darn light. Anywho, just making sure you're all awake. I'm going to put end to end in my trimmer. And like I showed you how to trim corner pieces when I was doing my other tutorial. Start my guard in the center, cut up and then come down. This one is going to be used for this page here, and this is going to be used for another page in the book. So hold on to that. And then I want to miter my corner here. So you want to cut it where the lines intersect to get rid of bulk from the book. And I'm going to bend, fold, and burnish. Fold and burnish. And you see these little peaks sticking out? We're going to trim those off. And you're going to do the same thing to the other piece when we get to it. I'm not going to do it right now just for time's sake. And this corner piece, you're going to add your adhesive.